Hey, it's Empress Rose. Welcome to our collective reading. Take what works, leave what doesn't. Check out my other channel, Soul Observatory. That's brand new baby channel, so it's exciting. And thank you for being here. I love it. So I was looking at I have a new scrying ball, so I'm playing around with it. But in it today, I'm seeing a bulldog. It kind of has like a little crooked face a little bit, and there's only one eye that's really visible. It's kind of got like bulldog coloring, and the ears are pretty prominent, but it has like I want to say an eagle eye, even though it's a bulldog. It is very focused on, what is that? It's not quite anger, but it's fiercely focused. So I don't know, maybe that represents someone you know, or maybe you are going to meet a bulldog this week. Just know that this bulldog is fierce. It feels like like before the bulldog appeared, there were a couple different animals. There was like a fox and an owl, and they were just it kind of feels like they're in like a meeting or something, and this bulldog is just very focused. It wants something. It's extremely focused and a little bit mad maybe. So, all right. Maybe that's a mascot for a team, or a university. I don't know, what that bulldog represents. All right. Council of Light, starting off with Work Your Light. Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtler realms. I like this. Oh, I think the bulldog's ferocious. It's very focused. Okay, Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers. This always reminds me of source material. Where places we pull our beliefs from as we sort of build our own belief system, and we're all building our own belief system. Even if you follow a certain religion, you're still picking and choosing what Bible verses or what things, what cultural things, the current cultural thing that you're going to follow. You're still picking stuff. Even though it seems like you're following something, you're picking what to follow. So we're all in this process constantly of understanding things like that, things that resonate with us. That's the process everyone's going through, is what resonates with us. Whether you're following something, you still picked what to follow, a whole ideology, or if you're picking and choosing from different things. We're feeling that this resonates for me. This feels right to me. That feels true to me. There's a bell. It's almost like a bell ringing that you can feel the clear clarity. And I guess in some ways we just have to trust that everybody's having that experience and is going in that direction, or hope that everyone is. So source material, lots of different religious leaders and spiritual people here standing beside you. But this also always reminds me of like the back office of something. And for some reason, this back office of this community college is coming into my mind. And these are people you don't meet or see, but they're like looking at something, they're looking at an application, and they're, smoothing the way. They're not people. So in the helpers in the subtle realms, so maybe cosmically that's what's going on, or maybe it's a different scenario for you, but just trust that there are people in the background that you maybe have never even met that are like, let's make this a little easier for this person. Let's move this application along. Let's grant the proposal or the continuance or whatever it is, So you're getting help. You may never meet these people, but they're back there, and they're supportive, and for some reason they're wanting to support you, and they're wanting to your situation has caught their eye, and they're helping. So spiritually, or even more practically. And then we have take a break. Life's a work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. I cannot tell you how many times this week I've gotten this. I'm all gung-ho for doing things. Not this card, but this card from multiple decks. I'm all gung-ho to do something, and everything's like, shh, not now. Slow it down. And give these people a chance to do their job. Give them a chance to work, right? You have helpers in the subtle realm. You can take a little bit of a break, because this is this is like, it's like going out to eat or something. Like, yeah, don't cook and clean tonight. Let other people do the work. You may never meet the people in the kitchen, and yeah, most of or the chef or anyone doing the stuff, but let them do their job, and you just kick your feet up and relax tonight. Like, no dishes tonight, okay? So let that happen. So take a break and let someone else do the work for a minute. I love that message. There's no better message. In my opinion, take a break and let someone else. Trust that things go on in the background. Trust that that's happening, and like, just don't worry about it. Don't keep plowing through. Know that, oh, it's also reminding me of like the back burner idea that for me, just the way I'm wired is, if I'm really focused on learning something, yeah, I won't necessarily get it right away. But if I put it on the back burner for a while and I do all the front end learning, and then put something, okay, let's take a break from that. And then I come back and it's like, oh, it's like my subconscious connected all the dots for me. And now I can see the picture. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's great. So that's what this is reminding me of. Like, hey, let the back burner on the stovetop marry those flavors for a while you go watch a movie or something. It's like making soup, put it on the back burner. Let those flavors kind of combine and get better while you relax. So seems like something doesn't need your attention right now. All right, but these cards, what you guys doing? Okay, this one flipped around. Whoa, I should have looked at that before I did anything, before I took it. I don't want that card. That's bullshit. I mean, I like this deck because it's got like, yeah, we're here with a lot of different energies, and we can't just look at these like light beings all the time. So here's the one I don't like. Betrayal. Who likes betrayal? It's like someone's watching something happen and they're just gonna let it happen. They're not going to be like, hey, get out of the street. Hey, maybe wait to eat those french fries till the car passes. Like, they're just like, okay, sucks to be you. They could have said something, they could have done something, but they didn't. They just kind of watched something happen. And I guess this feels like a betrayal. It's like maybe someone doesn't feel like they betrayed you in their mind. They just didn't say the right thing. They just didn't tell you something. They just kept something to themselves. They didn't necessarily betray you. They didn't like lie to you. They just omitted something that maybe would have been very useful for you to know and very helpful for you to know. And we always say like, oh, what you don't know can't hurt you. And that's obviously BS. We're all old enough to know that that's an excuse people make for not being honest and forthright when they should have been. So something's going to feel like a betrayal, and maybe the person that kind of omitted you or did the betraying doesn't feel like they did anything wrong per se. They just could have helped and they didn't. Something like that, and it feels like a betrayal. Alley. So these are combining. I feel like this car is coming down an alley, and it's like some sort of back way. Oh, maybe someone betrayed you, but then you're going in some sort of back way, or you're getting in the back way. But my first thought was like, this car is coming down the alley, and so it's like something coming to get you. Okay, let's forget the words right now, but the image is like somebody coming, headed towards their destination, but they're not on the street. So you're like looking down the street, you're looking up the street, where's my ride? They're coming through the alley is what this feels like. It's not as expected. So these two together are combining to make a totally different visual. I feel like this person's, or this situation is coming through an alley, a back channel, a back way. And maybe some people will feel betrayed by that. You're like, oh, I was looking this way and that, I didn't see anything coming. And then now you're here. Out of the blue, or but it's not. They just took a secret route or whatever. I've always been a big fan of alleys, like just taking the back way, sort of the city scenic route, a different scene, seeing what's back there, seeing behind the curtain. This could also be like a betrayal and kind of seeing like what's behind that betrayal. Like this feels like a secret forbidden passageway, actually. And I feel like this crow's like, hey, you're not supposed to be back here. You're not supposed to be seeing this. And you're not supposed to be seeing this. You're not supposed to have picked up on this. You're not supposed to. Yeah, this crow wants you to stay out of the alley. This could also be like a witness. Someone witnessed a crime, or someone witnessed it kind of feels like someone witnessed a crime here and it isn't saying anything. And they're trying to keep you away from seeing and knowing. Or maybe you are, it's like someone doing a smoke screen, like, oh no, do not continue with this. They're not going to say don't continue with this path of questioning. They're going to be like, oh, well, what about this? And they're going to throw some red herrings and just let's move the topic over here, and distract you from going down and seeing the reality of something, or seeing the back, seeing what's behind the curtain, seeing the way, the backside of something. They're going to distract you from trying. So if you're sensing a betrayal, someone's going to definitely throw up some like, what? No. Oh my gosh. No, actually look over there. And then adventure. Oh my gosh. Let's add this one in. Adventure is reminding me of take a break. But go on a trip, go on an adventure. But oh my gosh, maybe it's a back alley adventure. Maybe it's going to feel like a betrayal. If you take off on an adventure, what are other people going to feel? Are they going to feel left behind? Maybe you're just it's like getting out of the city, not feeling safe somewhere, and just kind of heading out on an adventure instead. The alley, it feels like work to me. Like, it feels like some kind of, well, yeah, it's in a way, the alley is that back office. It's the back office where it's not the store front, it's the store back. It's like where we throw our garbage, where we get all this stuff. And I feel like someone's helping you either stay out of an alley or navigate an alley. But it's like a back end work where it's not front of house. It's the back end. It's the kitchen. It's the kitchen staff. It's not the waiter or the host or whatever. It's the kitchen staff. Yeah, I mean, in these dumpsters, you can almost smell the rotting food. But there's a betrayal here. And then this just feels like a fresh new adventure. Just a fresh new thing. Just having fun, going out. As a reminder, it's a Steppenwolf, Born to be Wild, coming through. My little brain radio in here. There's some bad boy vibes here, a little bit, yeah, a little bit of I guess I'm also seeing some sort of 1970s bad boy vibes, especially with Steppenwolf coming in, looking for adventure, whatever comes my way. Born to be Wild, the alley, this little muscle car, and this adventure. Maybe you're taking off on an adventure in a little sports car. All right, I've got Golden Tarot here. We'll see if this is a different message or the same one. I don't know. From the bottom of the deck, Strength. You guys, I've done some tarot readings today, and this is the third Strength card. It's persistence. Oh my gosh. And I have had so many realizations about the Strength card, because it's not just today, but it's been every day. So what I've been thinking about the Strength card for the last several days is I come from dairy farmers, right? And as every vegan will tell you, this is a pretty harsh environment. But the first animal that farmer is harsh to, coming from multiple generations of dairy farmers, is themselves. They don't get days off. They have to wake up at the exact same time every day. There's no adventure. There's no variation. And these days, good luck getting someone to substitute for you while you go on vacation. Hopefully you have a kid that's capable and can do it and can take it over. So you and the wifey can go off for a weekend, And so the strength card, it reminds me of that, like, before you can tame the animals, before you can farm the animals, before you can domesticate these animals, you have to domesticate yourself first. You have to control yourself first. You have to know that you're going to be able to get up every morning at the same time. You're going to have to milk those cows twice a day at the exact same time every day, or lose the farm. It's so brutal on the farmer. And the self-control they have to do the same thing every day, or their cows are going to get sick, their cows are going to die. So this is the metaphor for the strength card, is like, before you can tame an outer situation, you have to tame yourself. Before you can control anything else, you have to control yourself. This is with dogs, and here we have a lion tamer. We have it with a horse. How you train anything is you have to be consistent. Well, that means you are the first thing in the equation that has to be consistent. You can't be inconsistently, teaching your dog to stop barking, because the dog's not going to get it unless it's consistent. So that's you, and you have to be consistent in order for that to be something you can give to a lion. You have to tame yourself, basically. And so it's not very fun. It's not very exciting, but there are times in our life that we have to do that. So this is something I feel like you've been very consistent on, persistent with, and you haven't given up on. So lecture about farming over. It's just something that's been on my mind all week, and just really thinking about that. And then the card that represents that started that thought process of, in order to train anything, you have to first train yourself. So past, present, inner landscape, what's the issue, environment, to-do list, possible outcome. Alrighty then. So something that you have to be very strong and consistent with, and maybe you haven't been, but the challenge has been there. The need has been there to be strong and consistent with something, to tame yourself in an environment. So you could be like in an environment could be like a very combative situation where other people are not well regulated. So you're going to have to come in well regulated, because these other people are not able to do that or function at a very mature level or whatever. So you have to come in and maybe even prepare yourself before you go in to understand that this situation is going to require for me to be well regulated. So it's a situation in which you've had, well, I don't know any situation in which you don't need to be well regulated. Oh, there are some. Yes, there are some situations in which self-regulation is not really the name of the game. But usually when we're out in society, we're having to be very... So something you've been very persistent on, you haven't quit, even though that might have been tempting, even though that might have seemed obvious and like the right thing to do. In the recent past, well, this is good. 9 of Cups, you've been happy with yourself. Like, you've done something or approached something and been very happy with it. You're like, I nailed that. I absolutely nailed that. I nailed that conversation. I nailed that interaction. I nailed that sale. I nailed that audition. I nailed that. I did a really good job. You're very proud of yourself and what you've done. Maybe even proud of one of your kids or someone you know. Oh, and look, here's the dog. The domesticated dog sitting right at her feet. This dog has been well trained. Why? Because she trained this dog to do this. And she trained that dog. She first trained herself to do that. To be that consistent and that persistent. Yeah, consistent and persistent. Yeah, if I ever have a library with two lions on it, they're going to be consistent and persistent. No, they're not. Those are not really things that define me, but they're things I think about a lot. And then we have Page of Swords. Well, I'm persistent. So, Page of Swords. So, learning, speaking up, a valiant first effort, if not an expert first effort, at least a brave, courageous first effort. The first foray of communication. Somebody has reached out. This is also a student. This is very studenty. The sword is an anagram for words. It's about ideas. It's about air. The sword goes through the air. Then it hits something at the end, maybe. but it goes through the air, it cuts through the air. And so it's ideas, it's thoughts, it's words. And the page, the learner, the beginner. It's freshman year. Freshman year of something for somebody. It could be freshman year of reading books. It could be freshman year. This is someone that's made an initial offer, an initial effort, and they spoke up about something. And it might have been a little scary or a little difficult. And that might have been you. That might have been someone approaching you. A little bit having outside their weight class, I want to say. Like this is a scrawny little freshman. And they're wielding a sword. Now, someday they may be a knight, someday they may be a queen, someday they may be a king, and they'll be able to wield this exact sword with expertise. But in this conversation, in this situation, they don't know what they're doing, and the sword's a little heavy for them. So it's thoughts and ideas, maybe a little outside of a comfort zone. But this represents a person. Pages often represent younger people, but they also can represent any new idea with swords. It's any new idea, any new conversation, any new thing like that. So, and he's sort of dreaming about the future with this sword. What if I really learn how to do this sword? And the first effort may be a little arrogant too, of just like, oh yes, I'm doing the sword. And then they will slowly but surely learn, how to wield the sword a little better. But in this first effort, they had to have enough courage. This feels like a very courageous person dreaming of the future, dreaming of developing the skills to further deal with the sword. But the courage to even pick it up, to even entertain a new idea, to even pick up a new concept, to even start the conversation, the courage to do that. And strength here is also a card of courage. And so I feel like this new foray, this new idea, this person that's new at something has had to have a lot of courage to do this, to start the conversation, to start the intellectual journey, or even just to start the back and forth, to start the letter writing, to start the pen pal situation. And then here we have the sun. This is your hopes and fears. And so this is everybody's hope. It's the sun. Happy, clear, beautiful day. We're looking for a very beautiful day. That's going to make everything a little easier. Yeah, we're a little bit shaky here in this new thing. In this new adventure, this new conversation, we're a little bit shaky, but we're hoping that everything's going to be just nice, crystal clear, that we're going to be really happy with the results. Because like a rainy day, like just think about changing a tire on a rainy day versus a sunny day. It's just a real different experience. So we're hoping to change the tire or have this conversation and have the environment be supportive of that. Have the situation allow for a lot of clarity, a lot of growth, and happiness, and not be something. The environment, I think what we're hoping for here is that the environment is supportive of our happiness and our joy, and is not, piling on to the difficulties of our life and our situation. We're hoping for a nice, clear trip. What's the issues page? Another page here. Oh, you guys, we have 3 pages. Hold on. Okay, 3 pages, very obviously. And you know what? Yet again, I used this deck that has the book with the secret information in it, with the little things that are hard, and pieces of information that are hard to find. And this is the deck with it. I always wonder when I pick this deck, why am I picking this deck? It's got some really specific cards and ideas. So 3 pages mean the company of young people. The company of young people. And personally, I guess it's that community college vibe too that I was seeing. And then, yeah, the company of young people. And then we have the students here. It's like 3 students. It's like college age, which is literally my favorite age. I love college age. Oh my gosh. Such a cool age to be, and so easy to relate to and understandable. I don't know if that age, it's the age my kids are, so I don't know if I'll just always get along with that generation as they grow, or if it's just that age that I find so cool. So it's 3 pages, young people. So Page of Wands reverse. Okay. not feeling very inspired. Could be, oh, I'm getting homesick vibes, but also a little depression, a little anxiety, not having a clear vision, not really out in the desert, and there's no surprises. Nothing's really exciting. It's like this adventure, like you go on an adventure and you expect to have an adventure, but this is like not very adventurous. This adventure has not happened yet or something. This is not it's, you either haven't, somebody here is like depressed or uninspired. They haven't found their good idea. They're not really excited about what they're looking at. It's kind of just a depressed vibe here, and it's a person. They're not feeling well. They're not feeling very good. It could be a younger person that's a little disappointed. Someone could be really disappointed, not necessarily depressed, but really disappointed in something, or like not able to connect spiritually, not feeling very creative. It could be someone feeling really, what do you call that? Creative block. Yeah, a creative block. They like can't even get the project going because there's just no project in their mind. It's like going to art class and they're like, and do this project, and you just sit there the whole time like, I don't, nothing sounds good. Nothing sounds exciting. So there could be someone who's a little disappointed or depressed or uninspired in some way. And then in your environment, you have High Priestess, which is very much a very opposite vibe of this. So there's somebody here. Is it somebody or is it the vibe? It's what can be known and what cannot be known. So there's only so much you can know. There's only so much you can tell. There's only so much you can suss out. And you can be highly intuitive and not get everything. You can be paying attention. You can be trying to get the downloads. You can be trying to understand, but not getting all of it. So this is somebody in your environment that, oh, this book is shut though, but she's got her finger. Yeah, this one always reminds me that somebody knows something they're not telling you, right? Council of Light, subtler realm, somebody knows something that they're not telling you. And that was my first impression of this too. Somebody knows something that they're not telling you. Now, whether you're going to get smushed by a car because of it, I don't know, but somebody knows something. They're keeping their secrets. And it could be a secret about an organization, it could be a secret about themselves, but they're keeping it to themselves. They're not really divulging anything. And it could be someone intuiting something about you and your situation. There could be someone that's like, I see. Maybe they don't know the whole situation, but they do know, they have understood enough of it they've put some pieces together. They've understood a few things. So they may not fully understand everything, but they get something. They've got the key to something. They understand something. They've done the reading, or much of the reading. And look again, we have this tamed cat. They are controlling themselves. They're having an abundance of self-control, because you can't get a tamed cat without you yourself being somewhat tamed enough to tame a cat. Like you can't give the wild animal something you don't have, which is domestication or tame. But this is self-control. This person once wanted to burst forward and say something perhaps, but they did not. They did not. Because in some ways they had to like watch you handle the consequences, or watch you figure out what it means when the road vibrates like that. And sometimes things aren't worth it. They're not worth the risk. And this reminds me of an adult that's like, I'm just gonna let these kids figure this out on their own. I can't tell them what to do. I know where this is going, right? A lot of times I work a lot with like college age kids, and I can see them kind of choosing their lessons at this point. At that point, a lot of people are choosing their lessons. Like they don't know that. They're just like, oh, I want to pledge for the sorority. Okay, now you're picking a path where these are some lessons you're going to learn, and it could take decades to learn everything from this path. But you're going to get something out of every path. Every path is a learning experience. So watching sort of them sort out, like, okay, now you're going to have sorority girl lessons, which are going to be really different than never went to college lessons, which are going to be really different than went to community college. I mean, it's just all different lessons. And it's not like, oh, you're picking your lessons and you're picking wrong. Every path is going to have lessons. So you got to pick them. So this could be someone watching someone pick their path and understanding what that means for them, but not really saying like, okay, because you can't tell other people their path. You won't learn what you need to learn if people are solving your problems. I mean, everybody needs help and a bailout from time to time, but overall you won't learn unless you do your things. So this is you. This is your to-do list. Communication. Communication. Apply, send out your resume, write the letter, write the email, make the phone call. You're communicating. There's a lot of communication that you need to do here. This person somebody knows something here. And they're not saying, for some reason, they want you to figure it out. That might be rude. That might be okay. I don't know. But they can only say so much. They can only do so much to like help you out or to show you, but they do see something. Your job is communicate. Just I see like a wall with like newspaper as like it's newspaper as wallpaper. It's just so much information, so much news, so many letters, so much communication. There's just a lot of communication. And I don't know who that's with. Maybe you're writing letters to someone, you're sending texts, I don't know, but just be really communicative, really open. This communication makes a really big difference for someone. This Page of Wands in reverse, to be talking to them, like, or maybe that's part of it, maybe even if they're not talking back, because it's kind of a lot of one-way communication. There's a lot of you doing a lot of communication and not necessarily receiving it back, but trusting that these words land. So it is actually reminding me of a lot of conversations with the younger people in our lives. Like, we don't want to lecture them because nobody likes that, no matter how old you are. But we can, like, tell them, sort of telling stories about ourselves, or be a little, tell them some things, and just hope that they take it in. So, you can tell your kid that you love them, and they may like, well, you're my mom, you have to love me, or whatever. But that still makes a difference. It's still something to keep communicating to the younger people in your life, or to other people in your life. Like, just, this seems like maybe younger people. So it's something to keep communicating, whether or not they reject it or don't, it's landing. You have to trust that it's landing. So you're putting stuff out there, keep putting stuff out there, keep communicating. It is landing. With this card, we know these wands land in the dirt and grow new trees. So you are planting seeds as you communicate. So know that, even though it feels like it's, this person may feel like a desert, hardened soil, deadpan, is that deadpan soil, something like that. It may feel like the seeds you're trying to plant here are bouncing off, and this to me tells me they are not. So keep communicating, keep that going. They're not bouncing off, and the seeds are penetrating into the soil, even though it doesn't look like it right now. So it's like, it reminds me of data points. Everyone needs sometimes I want to say something like, oh, and I'm like, I might be the first person giving you this data point. I might be the last person giving you this data point, or this idea, or this information. For most of us, it's going to take a couple interactions with those ideas and that information in order to finally, oh, I need to break up with him. So and we can't tell other people what to do, but you may be like, I don't know about this. Like, that reminds me of my ex-boyfriend, or whatever, and then you plant, I don't want to say plant the seeds because it sounds so groomy or weird, like you're telling other people how to live their lives, but just plant a seed, and you might be the first person, you might be the 10th person, and at some point maybe it coalesces, and they understand, like, oh, okay, this is like the 10th person that told me that. So, and you might be one of those seeds, or you might be all the seeds, I don't know. So Page of Cups, a surprising, emotional, a new relationship, a new person, a surprising new thing, a surprising new thing. I don't know. It's a person, and they're delighted. They're delighted and curious. This person is delighted and curious. So, okay, you've piqued my curiosity, is what I feel like they're saying. You've piqued my curiosity. You've sent some messages. You've communicated, and now I'm wondering, what is this? It's almost like fishing to me. There's a fish in the cup here. It's like fishing. You know, plenty of fish in the sea, or like going out fishing a lot. You're fishing, and oh, yeah, there's a lot coming in here. And you finally catch a fish, and you catch the fish. You don't need to keep fishing after you catch the fish, but it's like you finally catch a fish. These are all these rods that you've put in the lake, and you do end up catching a fish. And the fish the fish is happy to be caught. Fish is like, what are you? And you're like, what are you? This is interesting. It's a new relationship that has it's a little bit surprising, maybe. It's a little bit interesting, but like I said, like all these rods you put in the water, one of them's going to catch the fish. That's what it seems like. Like, just keep putting yourself out there, communicating, whether it be with one person or with several different people. It's almost like also like asking people out. Just keep approaching maybe different people. Don't pester the same person. But one of those people is going to be like, oh, this is interesting. I like it. Maybe it's about making friends. Maybe it's about looking for a house or something. Just keep going. The idea of data points happening in communication, a lot of communication. So, and if you are the person that feels like a desert, like a barren desert, and very uninspired right now, tell people, talk to people. People care, right? The cups are about relationships. They're about caring. They're about emotion. People care. So, and people aren't always available to us when we need help at that moment, but they still care. And someone will respond in your moment of need if you're putting something out there. So, I feel like there's a really positive response by one person at least to this. And it was the thing with Lady Gaga got caught like saying this over and over and over again in every interview, but it was like, in a room full of 100 people, you only need one to believe in you. And this, I feel like, is the one that believes in you. This page is like, oh, yes. You maybe put your feelers out, 100 feelers out, and you just need one person to be like, okay, yeah, I get you. I get this vibe. I want to do this with you. So, okay, well, we're going to close this off. I love the Page of Cups coming in at the end. It's the beginning. It's someone that's intrigued. It's like if these are your fishing rods, this is someone that you've got to nibble. They're nibbling on it because it's a page. It's not the whole thing. It's a nibble. It's not, they're not completely on the hook, but they're nibbling. They're curious. So, and then auspicious omens or auspicious symbols. Cicada, personal change is on the horizon. I love this card. Listen to Cicada for messages along the way. Oh, we've got more messages here. So pay attention to, like, keep checking your email or listening to your messages. I don't know. Messages are on the way. Listen. It has to do with listening. It has to be with perking up your ears. It could be a song that comes in that's really meaningful to you or becomes meaningful, or you discover a new artist or something. There's something where you're listening and you're changing, and there's some kind of communication coming from outside of you, from somebody else, that is going to finish this change or complete the change or be part of this change. There's some kind of communication that wants to be that's going to be part of this change. So, all right. Well, I hope you have a lovely, amazing, fun, adventuresome week, and I love you all. See you guys next time. Bye.